Chris, do you think online lessons could help people with their golf?
I certainly do. I can't see why not.
Let's do it.
And let's do it now.
Yes! The hips slide towards the target there as opposed to just rotate. I will be looking to get a little bit less flex in that right knee, so we would see a gap between. About that is if I was to draw a line for the posture and a line for the club face, those run pretty much side by side. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel, and second of all, don't leave before you hit that subscribe button. On this channel, I bring you guys daily golf related content. Even you can recite this, Chris, can't you?
I certainly can.
But you can't. That helps you raise your game, lower your handicap. Do you know it?
No.
And hopefully, gets you enjoying golf loads more. Today, we're talking
online golf lessons. Do they work?
So you got
or do they help you?
So guys, today we are going to talk you through the pros of online lessons, the cons of online lessons, and just what you need to do to get an online lesson from myself and now Chris. You see, now obviously you can't be a proper one-to-one lesson, but sometimes you don't have the time for a one-to-one lesson, sometimes you can't find a coach for a one-to-one lesson, and sometimes it's a lot easier just to do it from the comfort of your own home. That go in?
Yeah.
Good lad. So Chris, what would you say the cons of online lessons are? So we know there's lots of benefits, which we'll go through in a few minutes time, but what about the cons?
I mean, the cons are, some people like the interaction face to face, being there and seeing, more actions than maybe one, With an online lesson, you may send in a film. We're going to review that film, but that might not be emotion every time. So, when you are there and you're with someone full time, you might see 7 or 8 motions and they might have a broader picture.
And for me, they don't get to see your charismatic personality one-to-one.
Very true.
But you see then, I suppose, on the flip side of that, people are busy nowadays. A lot of the time they don't have time for the online lessons, so I think it definitely suits. And obviously, if we're talking to our friends from the United States of America, they want to see us guys. They either fly us over, which is very expensive, or you go online lesson for £35.
Very true. A lot more easy accessible than you think.
Stay there. Nice.
Oh, he did as well.
Very nice. So the reason we're getting Chris involved in all this is A, because I've become very, very busy with the online lessons, and to be honest, maybe that's another negative for yourselves. So I'm basically running on a 4 or 5 day lead time now for the online lessons. But also, people have been watching our lessons with Chris. They watched the mid-handicap lesson with Mark, and obviously the putting lesson that you gave me. And people are wanting a bit of you, Chris. People are wanting an online putting lesson. So in this video, we're going to go through how you can... Oh, bloody hell, fire that was... We're going to go through in this video just how you can get an online putting lesson, what you need to send us, and what you'll get in return. So I'd like to give a huge shout out to Richie Solcal Lefty, or Rich Diaz. Rich, you were one of my first online lessons, and I saw the Instagram post that you put on, I think it was yesterday now. Well done. Here's Rich's handicap summary over the last few months while we've been working together. We've FaceTimed, we've been online, we've looked at his golf swing. Now we're going to look at his short game. I'm going to let Chris have a look at the short game and the putting, Rich, and just see if we can break you down into that 4 handicap. Remember our deal, you get down to 4, Rich, I fly out to Cali and we have a game together.
Any old excuse to go to Cali, that.
We're going back to Cali. That's a great shot. Oh.
Actually struck it.
Oh.
The brain is alive.
Can I have an online lesson from you?
Online lessons with James, full swing. Back in the game.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
So guys, here we're going to explain exactly how to take a video to send to us for an online lesson. This is for the full swing. You'll notice Chris has stood directly behind me there, and as you can see here, with the swing that I've not done yet, but I've done it because it's on here, but I've not hit it yet, he stood directly behind my hands, so we can see the hands move away on the camera. That's perfect. Ideally have the camera level with the hands as well, and from there we can work our magic. The next video you need to send us is one face on. So ideally if you can have two cameras and have the same swing, perfect. We know not everyone has two cameras, not everyone has two friends. He doesn't have two friends to stand there and video the swings. But please make sure you hit the same shot, and please make sure you're using the same club. So I've got an 8 iron. I really want to work on my mid irons, so that's exactly what I'm going to send in. Ideally we would have a flat lie, but we're taking this out on the golf course, so don't get many of them here at Fixed Feet. So as you can see now, Chris has stood in front of me. Again, the camera's pointing at the hands, and it has taken these swings in slow motion. Ideally, if your phone has slow motion, that makes it a lot easier for us. We can slow the frame rate down, really see what's happening with the club face and the body. But if it's normal, then that's fine. Oh, go in. Be good. So guys, let's just cut quickly to an example of an online lesson and just what I'd be telling myself on that swing. So guys, as you can see here, I have the face on video on the left hand side, I have the down the line video on the right hand side. I'm going to talk you through a few things which I like about the golf swing and that I don't like about the golf swing. I'm not going to lie, there's not a lot I do like on the golf swing because it's my own. One thing I do like, however, is the forward shaft lean at address. I think that looks really good. I like how powerful it is and it helps me compress the ball well. As I load up to the top of the backswing here, you can see it's a little bit shorter than some swings, but I don't particularly mind that, and I really like how I load up onto that right side. Now as I move into the shots, into the downswing, one thing which I don't like is how you can see the hips slide towards the target there as opposed to just rotate. I do actually create a nice forward shaft lean back at impact there, so that's why I've started striking the ball a little bit better, and from there that's quite a nice follow through where the club face is nice and stable. The club face hasn't flipped over there, you can see it's still sort of square to the target. As we move into the right hand side of the screen, so into the down the line swing, this is where things get a little bit not fantastic. So I worked with Chris Ryan and we looked at how to get the takeaway better by using the body better. So you'll see how as I load back into the swing, it is a little bit better. So one thing I really like about that is if I was to draw a line for the posture and a line for the club face, those run pretty much side by side, so that shows me that I'm taking the club face away nice and square. As I get from this position, I'd be looking for the shaft to dissect my arm there, the forearm. And as you can see, it just starts to get a tiny bit flat from there. I don't set the club as maybe I could do, so if we were to look at that as a plane, it is quite flat. As I load up to the top of the backswing, we've mentioned that it is a little bit shorter. However, one thing that me and Chris have worked, or Chris kind of spotted and I've worked quite hard on, is if we go back to the setup, the posture looks pretty good. I could definitely be a little bit more upright, but if I was to draw a line on the posture there, you'll see how when we get to the top of the backswing, I don't do a fantastic job of keeping that posture, although it is a lot better than it used to be. I will be looking to get a little bit less flex in that right knee, so we would see a gap between the legs. That is something else that I've looked at, so that's not quite where I want it to be. Then on the way down, you can see how I really lose that height. The shaft plane steepens a little bit, so it's inside the blue line, come from the inside, and actually I hit that one pretty good. It went out to the right hand side and drew back onto the target. However, my bad shot can overdraw, hook, or stay out to the right, which is caused because of the club coming too much from the... So guys, for a full swing online lesson, that's all you need to do. Send us a video face on, down the line, just as we explained there. You'll get something similar pretty much a lot more in depth of what I've just told you on my swing, back personally via a personal YouTube link. Don't worry, no one else will see it. But one thing we do need from you is as much information as possible about your golf game. How many fairways do you hit? How many fairways do you miss? How many greens do you hit? What type of shot do you like to play? What type of shot do you not like to play? And the beauty of a lot of the online lessons that I've given is generally people in cold areas, people in north of Canada, where there's snow for, it seems, 10 months of a year. But inside in the garage, they've got a little net set up, they've been to the range, and the video of the swing sent it me through. They've given me as much information about their game as possible. Some guys have even gone to the lengths of giving me TrackMan numbers, flight scope numbers, any kind of launch data numbers, and that helps me massively. It helps me paint a much bigger picture of what we're trying to do. But we're now on the green and we need to talk putting. This isn't really my area. Over to you, Chris. So Chris, we're now on the green. What do we do? Is it the same as the full swing?
Yeah, so 2 videos I need, the same as a full swing. It's down the line, again, at hand level, so I'll stand behind James now, so we're going to get him down the line, okay. Perfect. And then again, what we'll do now is we'll get the face on. So the same as a full swing, we're going to have the down the line and face on, as you'll see on the video now. Perfect, so we've got those 2 now. If you've watched the video where I gave James a lesson, you'll also see we want to get the ball performance, okay? So we're going to show you now how to do that. All you'll need is a ball, yourself, the putter, and 3 tees.
And your phone.
And a phone. Expert. 1 more tee, just to make sure it stays in there.
And a towel to lay on.
And a towel to lay on if it is moist. Okay guys, so as you saw there with the filming when it's on the ground, we're trying to get the ball performance. So if you don't have a line on the ball, as you saw here, we was able to use the Titleist symbol. So either Titleist, TaylorMade, whichever ball of choice. I'm sure James will recommend one. But what we want to be able to see is how that ball's rolling. So if you don't use a line, just make sure you use the logo so the line is level when we're filming from face on and from down the line so it's upright.
So guys, that is pretty much it, and the beauty about the putting one there, you could send that to us from your very own living room, from your kitchen, from, well, it might be a bit fast in the kitchen, eh Chris, but anywhere with a carpeted floor, or ideally on a putting green. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That is how you can have an online lesson with not only your long game, but now your short game as well. Now ideally guys, you would obviously go and see a coach, you would go and see someone for a one-to-one lesson. As we said at the beginning of the video, I don't think you can really beat one-to-one interaction, but if you're struggling to find a coach near you, or if you're the other side of the world and you'd like to work with ourselves, you're still on the other side of that hill again. It makes no difference, does it? There we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to book an online lesson, you can do it via my website, www.jamesrobinsongolf.com. Visit the store and you'll be able to book it on there. Chris looks after all the putting now and I look after the long game. We'd love to work with you. We'd love to help you with your game. And Rich, if you're still watching, get yourself down to 4 and I'll see you soon. Guys, see you tomorrow. So guys, one of the beauties about the online lessons is you can have them from all over the world. We've taught people from America, we've taught people from France, I've personally taught someone from Australia, and we might have some massive news coming out of China, Chris.
Yep, fingers crossed. It's further away, but you can still get online.
开始呢，深圳海啸。